Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. And if you're new here, darling, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Now let's go in for what we have today. We're drafting a skirt with the bomb couture. First, the waist measurement we're working with is 28. The hip measurement to be working with is 38. And the length of the skirt to be working with is 42 inches. So now first off, I'm going to draw a margin, right? Because I don't want to start from the end of the paper. So I'm drawing a margin and I'm getting my hip line, which is 8 inches. I'll get my knee line, which is 20 inches. And I'll also get the length of my skirt. Like I said earlier, we're drafting a skirt with bomb illusion. So you'd see how I would do that. If you follow this tutorial step by step, you would understand. I'm getting 2 points of the line, so I'll be able to get an appropriate straight line. So I've gotten my 2 points and I'm going to join my lines together. So now I'm going to get my waist measurement. For your waist measurement, all you have to do is divide your waist measurement by 4. And I have 28 divided by 4. That's 7. And I'm adding an extra 1 inches for my data allowance. For my hip, is also divided by 4. That's 38 divided by 4 is 9.5, thereabout. And go down to my knee line, which is here. So now for your knee line, you bring down your hip measurements down to your knee line and minus 1 inches inward. Your hip measurements, bring your hip measurements down and minus 1 inches. See the way I did in the video, right? So you connect your lines together. I use the side of my pattern master, not the straight side, the slightly curved side to connect the waist to the hip and the straight part to connect the hip down to the knee line, then draw your line all the way down. So I am flipping my paper over to draft my back measurement. Now for my back, you go in, you draw a margin on top of the paper. So the next thing you're going to do is get your hip line, like I did in front. Get your hip line 8 inches, get your knee line 20, get your full length, and all of that. Before you start taking your measurements for the back, from the waistline, go in by 1 inches, right? Then from that one part you went by 1 inches, you measure your waist. That's waist divided by 4. I have 7. That's 20 divided by 4. 7 plus 1 inches for that allowance, right? Then on your hip, you start at the starting point to get your hip measurement. Hip divided by 4, 38 divided by 4, that is 9.5. Then on your knee part, also go in from the beginning, from the starting point by 1 inches, then start measuring from that point you went in by one, and bring your hip measurements down to your knee and go and minus 1 inches as I did in the video. Now you connect your lines together. Now for your zip area, that's the bum area. The part where you went in by 1 inches, you put your ruler there and also then connect to the hip line as I did there. Your minus one, the part where you went in by one. And then also draw a line down to the knee like that. It's only your hip measurement that remains. You don't minus anything from your hip measurement, but from your waist measurement, you minus 1 inches, and on your knee, you minus 1 inches. This will be enable you This would enable you to create the curve of the bum bum around that side. Do you understand? You see that we've already gotten the bum bum curve at the back. Then you go ahead to draw your lines, connect your lines down, your straight line to the length of your skirts and all that. And for your dart placement, from the beginning of your paper, measure your bust span as your nipple to nipple. I use 3.75 inches. Then the 1 inches you left for your on your waist, you divide it. That is half inches on both sides. Then draw your line. Your line should be between 5 to 6 inches long. Some people use 6, some people use 7, but I just use between 5 to 6 inches, right? And for my front, I'm going to flip this paper to the front part because I didn't add my darts. I skipped that, although I left allowance for my dart measurements. The reason why we leave 1 inches on the waist is so that when you hold your darts, your waist still remains the same, right? So that it's not like you would not leave any allowance for your waist, and when you hold your darts, then your waist measurements would be shortened. No, you leave 1 extra 1 inch allowance for your darts. When you hold your darts, then you measure your waist, the measurement is still correct. If you're having 28, it's still 28. If you're having, you understand? So that's for this. So you'd see that's the back. I'm labeling my pattern. Please, it's important to label your pattern so that you don't mix them up. Do you get? So you can see the bum bum illusion at the back. So instead of your back just being straight, you already drafted the curve of your bum bum at the back measurement. So we have come to the end of this particular video. Thank you for watching. Turn on post notification, like, subscribe, share. See you in my next video. Bye.